Maybe it's me. Hashtag kid from Akron. Hashtag James Gang. Hashtag liability by Drake. Hashtag Kyrie. Hashtag Russell Westbrook. Hashtag what is going on in the NBA. Okay, guys, so if you guys aren't privy to what I'm talking about, basically what I'm hinting or getting to is the trade between the Brooklyn Nets and the Dallas Mavericks, which sends Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks for Darian Finney-Smith, who's a good wing player, about 6'8", 6'9", can shoot 3-and-D guy, probably the Mavericks' best wing defender, and Spencer Dinwiddie, guy who can score, create his own shot, can get you 18 a night, but kind of inconsistent. And Kyrie Irving, who is the best ball handler in NBA history, arguably the best isolation player, at least top 5 in NBA history. So we'll break that down, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's kind of go in like chronological order to this stuff. So last week, Kyrie Irving demands a trade. And it's like, okay, where's this coming from? Is he bluffing? Because we remember that in the summer, Kevin Durant demanded a trade. And it was kind of like, okay, where's this coming from? Like, are him and Kyrie good? So I don't know. I guess they got the kind of relationship. I don't know, man. Because it's like if they as close as what we thought they would be, they wouldn't just be demanding trades like this. It's not like they have been demanding trades at the same time. It's like one demands a trade, one's the other. So I the only thing I can really equate this to, it's like I guess you guys hear about those couples who are in like open relationships, where it's like, oh yeah, we together, but you can go to the bar, do your thing. I'll go to the bar, do my thing, and just don't ask, don't tell. I don't know if they like talk to each other about like the decisions that they make, or it's just kind of, are they even friends? Like, what's going on? What first, yeah, we'll get into the Brooklyn Nets, but let me break this down and just what's going on with them. So yeah, Kyrie, and then obviously you got the history between LeBron and Kyrie during the summer. A lot of people were expecting Kyrie to go to the Lakers because he wanted to get traded during the summer as well. Those were some rumors, and the Lakers couldn't make that happen. Then, long story short, doesn't happen. What the Nets did want from the Lakers was they wanted Austin Reeves, Max Christie, and those two coveted 2027 and 2029 first-round picks, which also could be known as in 2023, where we stand today, as a 6th and 8th grader. And the Lakers said no, because, I don't know, I guess maybe Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss have been watching a lot of middle school basketball games and just want to hold on to that for some reason. But I digress. So let's first thing we're going to do, we're going to grade this trade, or I'm going to tell you who I thought won. And then I'm going to get into LeBron's tweet. The Dallas Mavericks win this trade. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this automatically makes them a contender to win a championship. And the Brooklyn Nets, it really doesn't help their cause. They have more of a chance of being a contender when they had Kyrie playing with Kevin Durant versus than they do now with Spencer Dinwiddie and Finney-Smith, who are damn good players, but they're not Kyrie Irving. And you're more scared of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant any given game than you are Kevin Durant, Finney-Smith, and Spencer Dinwiddie, dude. It's unfortunate as a Laker fan. It's just like nobody wants to help the Lakers out, and I understand because the Lakers got the most championships in NBA history, but it's kind of just a little frustrating. So I see a lot of people saying that Luka and Kyrie Irving can't work out. That's two ball dominant guys. Yada yada yada. No, it can work out. Luka Doncic is a ball dominant guy because he has to be. There's really no one other than Dinwiddie who can create their own shot. And Dinwiddie, he's hot and cold. He's not get a bucket, fate of the universe on the line type of guy. That's who Kyrie Irving is. Dinwiddie, he was their second best get a bucket guy. And last year they had Jalen Brunson, and we see how that worked out for them when he had another guy he could just pass the ball to and just create his own shot basically at will, 18 to 20 points a night. And in the playoffs, stepped it up. They got him to the to the Western Conference Finals. Nobody expected Dallas to beat Phoenix. So you see what happens when you give Luka a legit guy who can create his own shot. And back to what I said before, two ball-dominant guys. Kyrie Irving has only had he played with LeBron James for the first 6 years of his career, damn near. And it worked out fine. You see how that when LeBron James is a ball-dominant guy, because Kyrie Irving's not a ball-dominant player. The only time we've seen Kyrie Irving be ball-dominant is when he was on the Celtics and was playing with a rookie, Jason Tatum, a second-year Jaylen Brown, who were light years away from where they are now. So it's kind of, you look at that like, oh, Kyrie was being a ball hog, but it was totally different circumstances. And he had a lot to prove that first year and the second year. It was kind of like a real weird situation going on. And but if we're being realistic here, I think Kyrie Irving could get a shot off in 5 seconds against anybody who's ever walked the face of the earth. He could get a good look off at the basket, let alone a great look. So that's not going to be an issue at all with him playing with Luka. It's not like he's going to be Chris Bosh or Kevin Love and come over to the Mavericks and turn into a spot-up shooter. That's just, it's too easy for him to score and get his own shot. And plus, too, there's kind of like an aspect of it where it's like if you got two hoopers on the same team, it's just they'll figure out a way to for it to work out. It's like Luka is the definition of a hooper, just a guy who's just really good at basketball, and it's in Hooper's simplest terms, who knows how to play basketball. And Kyrie Irving is a hooper's hooper, so that's definitely going to work out. Now, let's get back to LeBron's tweet. I have a source close to Russell Westbrook who said, let me see. I'm not going to give away like the name or anything, but might be the sentiment out of Westbrook's camp a little bit, is they feel like, they said, when have any of these antics in the past week been respectable or acceptable from teammates and coaches? And I understand, and this is kind of like a touchy subject here for me. So, some of those antics and stuff that he's talking about is, one, the Lakers basically openly shopping Russell Westbrook in his face and expecting him to play games for him, which it's disrespectful, especially with Russ's pedigree, him being a first ballot Hall of Famer, the triple-double king, the top 5 point guard of all time. Like, it's disrespectful to be shopping him. Not at the end of his prime, but he's still in the latter years of his prime, just openly shopping him along with anything just to get another player. And it seems like Bron's endorsing it, AD's, and the whole franchise is doing it right in his face. And saying, on top of not playing him in crunch time, on top of benching him whenever they feel like, on top of bringing him off of the bench. And so he feels like I can put myself in Westbrook's shoes. I've put my ego to the side. I've sat on the bench. I've watched you guys lose at least 10 crunch time games in which I had nothing to do with towards the end of the game. And you guys are openly shopping me like I'm chopped liver, like I'm still Russell Westbrook. So I understand the frustration there from Russ and his camp. And also the LeBron's tweet after it, maybe it's me, which I started the episode with. But at the same time, you got to just look yourself in the mirror, look the whole situation in the mirror. And this isn't what we expected. And if you look at it into comparison of James Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant, that's a complete failure because a year ago today, they had all three of those guys. Now it's looking like the Nets are going to have none of them, which is mind-blowing. I might have to do a totally different video on that alone. But the Russell Westbrook experience in LA, it's not what we expected. The Lakers were the favorites for the championship last year. Fell far from it. And this year, it's like it's not. I'm not saying it's not working because they're not even in contention for the play-in games if the season ended today, and two, they have Russ coming off the bench, so it's like you want to see more for Russ. You don't want to see Russ finish his career on the bench, and so it's turning into like, excuse me. You kind of want, in a way, I feel sorry for him because you don't want to see him come off the bench. You want to see him be able to play and get the numbers that he's capable of and just having fun somewhere. And it feels like kind of there's been like a monkey on his back since he's been in LA. Is some of a lot of it been self-inflicted? Yes, he shot himself in the foot multiple times. An incident this year where he blew a game for the Lakers when he shot the 2-for-1, and then started talking about when they were up one and said, "Oh, I always go for the 2-for-1." But it's like, bro, you're up 2-for-1. What are you talking about? This isn't fucking Applebee's. What are we doing? So, if you're the Lakers, the question is, what do you do next? And you got to make a move. You just made the move for Rui Hachimura, which really doesn't change much unless you make other moves. So what are some other moves you can make? I think by now the Pacers are willing to shop off Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. So you got to see what's going on with that. I understand that the Miles Turner aspect of that situation. We got Thomas Bryant playing good basketball. Got Wendy and Gabriel playing good basketball. What's happened this year? It's not their fault at all. I can't put it on them. But we need a shooter. And Buddy Hield makes so much more of a difference than Rui Hachimura or just about any other player on a roster would help that's not named LeBron, Anthony Davis, or even Dennis Schroeder. And then Miles Turner would help. He kind of is the same thing, if not better than what Thomas Bryant does. So it's going to be interesting. The trade deadline ends on Thursday, so we're going to see exactly what the Lakers do moving forward. But unless Kyrie gets hurt, this is going to work perfectly for the Mavericks. They're going to make it to the Western Conference Finals again. And right now, you look at the two favorites in the West, it's looking like the Nuggets and the Mavericks. So we'll see what happens, how this unfolds. Till then, see you guys next time.